On today's show, one man's trash becomes a deer camp's treasure.
This is the meat locker.
We meet the minds behind Minnesota's Meat Locker Deer Camp. Campers find inspiration in a climb straight up. Visit Minnesota's Confidence Learning Center. And Laura Shera helps you get started hunting pheasant.
Minnesota Bound. Brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers.
Hi everybody, Bill and I welcome you to the show.
We are off to deer camp, where a bunch of guys needed a place to stay.
So they big rigged up a solution.
The end result, a place called the Meat Locker. Fall tends to be the season of end, the last of the summer, the time when colors die. But not to Steve Zwaber.
Yeah, I love it. I look forward to this every year.
His autumn drive down an old dirt road signals the start, the beginning of tradition, a tale that starts with Steve's dad.
Back in the mid-'80s, my mom and dad had a cabin up in this area, and they were driving by one day, and my dad saw that view, and he said that reminded him of Lake Tahoe, and he said, one day I'm going to own that land.
Steve dreamed that someday, somehow, the old farm could become something new. And you know what? It happened with the help of a big rig.
So welcome to the meat locker. That this is an old reefer trailer. It used to haul frozen meat in this area. We said, let's make it feel like a real deer camp.
So Steve and his buddies got to work.
We looked for recycled materials, repurposed materials, stuff people had laying around, and then came up as a group, and we got most of the build done in a weekend.
And turned a trailer into a townhouse of deer camp proportions.
Well, for our group, this is pretty typical. This is what you would normally think. We do unique things.
We'll turn it into a bunkhouse, and it'll be a deer camp. It'll be perfect, and sure enough, a little work. It certainly is.
Inside, easy to see why.
This is the meat locker. Got a bar on this end, got a card table with fireplace, and all the bunks down on this end.
Well, if you were a part of the team that built it, you got to pick your bunk.
I think we only had one year where somebody slept on the floor on a cot.
That's the original boys right there, Steve and myself, Johnny, Chad, and my brother Zach.
Oh yeah, that picture tells the other part of the meat locker tale.
Johnny, you want to get some wood with me?
It's pretty simple. It's just hanging out with this group of guys that I've been friends with for a lot of years.
There's guys in this group that I've known since kindergarten, first grade, junior high, high school.
Enjoy yourselves out here. Have a little bit too much fun probably, but that's all right, huh?
It's just spending some time with friends, being out in the woods, out away from the city.
At least until dinner time, when the Zwaber hunters head to town for a thick slab of beef.
We just started this last year.
They celebrate alongside hunters from other area deer camps. A new tradition, just what Steve hoped for.
Camaraderie. We have a great time together. You know, I'm lucky to have a great group of friends.
You know you're going to spend 3-4 days laughing at somebody or something hard, right?
A few groggy hours later,
I think it's time to go for a walk, huh?
hunters take to their stands. Alone, they watch the woods wake up.
Just being up here, and we've all had the opportunity to shoot a deer. It's just a bonus if you do get to get one.
Deer hunting is a great thing, but hanging out with the guys and catching up with families and what everybody's been doing, you hear the laughter in the background, that's the adrenaline for me, and that's the best part of the weekend.
Warm hearts born out of an old, cold storage truck trailer.
Cheddar makes everything better.
A story Steve just hopes will keep trucking along.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Minnesota's select GMC dealers, Rapala Ice Force, Star Bank, and by Pearson's Salted Nut Rolls.
One of my favorite Minnesota nonprofits is a camp called Confidence. It's a place up in Brainerd where everyone has a chance to bond outdoors.
You ready to get into this contraption?
Confidence comes from all sorts of endeavors, no doubt.
Okay, you ready?
But here, tucked away in Minnesota's North Woods,
Can you say on belay?
On belay.
courage comes from camp life and an imposing wall straight up.
Camp is an amazing place that is about possibilities, not people's disabilities.
Camp Confidence, otherwise known as the Confidence Learning Center. A longtime Brainerd Lakes institution.
That was so fun. Head it in. How's the rough one?
We serve people with mental retardation, people with Down syndrome, people with autism, people that are born with the challenges that they face each and every day. Our activities are tailored to education, recreation, and lifelong leisure sports.
The idea of Brainerd businessman Dick Endress. Back in the 1960s, Dick and a group of Brainerd businessmen purchased 140 acres on Sylvan Lake and got right to work. They built an oasis where all people could enjoy life outdoors. That was then.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. A little further. There you go.
This is now.
All aboard.
We served over 200 group homes last year, 200 families last year, and we have special interest groups. It might be a scout troop that's serving people with cognitive challenges. For some, it's run and gun and be active until they drop at night and go to sleep. Others, it's we'd love to just sit and enjoy the beach.
Here we go.
These are its tracks.
Raccoon, nice.
I love this camp because they're able to accommodate for everybody, and even though if you have a certain disability, they're able to do it regardless.
When you're in the cities, you always have a lot of technology. It's good to put this stuff away and literally just get out into the nature. The smell of the leaves and the changing colors. Nature, you know, it's fun.
For this crew, confidence comes from learning about wildlife. Even if a scary-looking corn snake pulls a person out of their comfort zone.
Hi, dude. What's up?
One of the staff who were here last year said we're going to be touching snakes. And at that, I'm like, I'm not so sure. That was more fun, actually. I was a little nervous. In my head, I thought we're gonna have, we're not gonna have as much fun as we are doing. Well, I was wrong.
Some of our campers are here to do more education, some are here to do more recreation, and some are here to do more leisure.
Leisure best expressed
1, 2, 3, smile.
in a picture.
We love to hear the stories of the fish they've caught.
Campers fish all summer long.
We operate on donations and fundraisers, and it's amazing we can do that year-round.
A lot of people around Minnesota help raise money for camp and might not even know it. Take this event. The world's biggest ice fishing tournament. Money raised goes to help camp.
We would not be here without our community of the lakes area, without the people in Minnesota who have helped support us.
It seems like the perfect story, right?
Have you ever done anything like this, Matthew?
Well, not so much. If you're a camper squaring off against the wall.
got this, Matthew.
Let's do it together, okay?
Poignant moment captured,
You've got it, Matt.
with each seemingly impossible step higher.
One more step, Matthew.
Come on, Matt.
Campers and hosts realize this is not about climbing walls,
There you go, there you go. Stand up taller.
but rather conquering mountains.
Have you done climbing before? No. No? Awesome. You a little scared?
No.
Often we hear, well, they can't climb that tree, or there's no way they're going to be patient enough to go fishing. And our staff's challenge is sometimes more to get the parent or teacher to recognize, again, their abilities instead of their disabilities.
The definition of confidence captured at camp.
It's an amazing place that gives people that had no choice in life, they were born with this cognitive challenge, the chance to succeed, to make choices, and to do the things we all love to do in the outdoors.
Well, the first thing is practice makes perfect.
Still ahead, we take to the field to help you get started hunting pheasants the right way.
Closed captioning on Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut.
It's a beautiful fall day outside, and nothing says fall like pheasant hunting. Have you ever wondered, what does it take to get started pheasant hunting? I'm here at Horse and Hunt Club with Pheasants Forever to show you how. Hi, Jared.
Hey, Laura, welcome to the Horse and Hunt Club.
Thank you. I am ready to do some pheasant hunting today.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Hunter safety class is always the first step. After that, it's time to invest in equipment.
If we're going to harvest a bird, we obviously need a shotgun and some ammo. And if you're just getting started, what would you recommend?
This here is a pump shotgun. It comes in different gauges, 20 or 12. Make sure your action is open when you're out of the field, and make sure everybody has a great day. The over-under is a great choice as well. This is a break action shotgun. And then last, we've got a semi-auto. This is your shotgun, correct?
It is, yes.
Semi-auto. Semi-auto is nice. You can put 3 shells into it, and when you get on a bird...
See, I need those 3 shells.
There you go.
And I see we have some footwear out there, because you are going through some heavy terrain, maybe a little bit of water and mud.
Yep. You've got your regular standard boots here for hunting through grassy terrain, and then rubber boots with neoprene on the top have come a long ways as far as sturdiness in your feet. A vest to hold your shells, blaze orange hat. Having blaze orange is a necessity in the field for safety purposes. Safety glasses, you only get your eyesight once, so...
It's true. Very important. Now, I've seen a few hunters out there not using hearing protection in the pheasant field, and that is a no-no. 50 cents, people, right?
That's right.
Any other safety tips?
Make sure that you can see that horizon at the end of your barrel. If you cannot see the horizon, you do not take a shot. That bird is too low, and you could be shooting in the direction of other people or our dogs, which, and they are some of my biggest assets when I go pheasant hunting.
And let's be honest, it's a lot more fun to see the dogs working than it is walking out there alone, right?
The dogs working is about 98% of it. Come on, Dix. Watching your dog work is one of the finer things in life when it comes to fall hunting season.
Pheasant hunting requires a hunting license. At a game preserve, you don't need one.
So when it comes to actually hitting a pheasant, do you have a couple pointers for me on when it's aiming or...
Well, the first thing is practice makes perfect. We're at a hunt club here today, and there's shooters in the background, and you know, practicing throughout the year makes a difference, but when it comes to pheasants, especially on left to right or right to left shots, if a pheasant gets up, I'm gonna follow through and shoot, and you're gonna keep following through, and that way your pattern is staying out in front of the bird in order to hit it. So stay on track, trust your gut, and go shoot some birds.
I'm the queen of missing birds, which is actually the truth.
That's okay. Keep calm, yell rooster, and keep your head down on the stock. You'll do just fine.
Rooster, rooster. All right, I'm ready.
Jackson, hunt him up. Right there.
Roosters!
Good shot.
I got it.
Nice shot. Jaxie, fetch.
Fetch it up.
That away. Come here. Bring it
Good go. Look at this beautiful bird.
Another one for the crock pot.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Well, thanks, Jared, for taking me out into
Good
the
work.
field today.
Now you're ready to go out by yourself and experience pheasant hunting. Bring bacon out.
Oh, yes.
Whatever you need to do.
He's the master flush of that one. So if you've ever been curious on how you can get started pheasant hunting, check out Pheasants Forever or Horse and Hunt Club. But most important, just get outdoors. Let's go find some more. Ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Straight ahead, a Minnesota-bound classic takes us way back to the cranberry bogs of Wisconsin. Oh, and this story includes a big celebration, too.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by your local carrier dealer, Radco Truck Accessories, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Today's Minnesota Bound Classic takes us back 21 years.
All the way to the year 1998, when Ron's roving reporter and sidekick Belinda Jensen decided to visit the Cranberry Bog.
You know, when you think of the beautiful state of Wisconsin, you think of cheese and beer and Packer fans and loyal Badger fans like myself. But you might not think of cranberries. Did you know that Wisconsin is the #1 producer of cranberries for the entire nation? We have found a town that is crazy about cranberries. This might look like a little fall fishing in a beautiful place, but it's pretty for more reasons than the autumn leaves. It's pretty if you like cranberries, because this is where they grow. Cranberries, a native crop of the north, need lots of space and plenty of fresh, clean water to grow and thrive.
Well, the cranberry bog is definitely a sportsman's friend in that they need such a large amount of water. And the water provides a home for the ducks, the geese, the sandhill cranes, the muskrats and beavers.
Well, as far as fishing, it's some of the best fishing there is in the area. Every summer people catch 8-9 pound bass off the cranberry marshes. And as far as deer hunting, one time last year I've seen the most deer in one spot that I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Cranberries need a special climate that's unique to parts of Wisconsin. And that's the reason the Badger State is #1 in the world of cranberries.
Wisconsin produces more cranberries as of the last couple years than any other state in the Union. We produce 40% of the nation's crop.
Meet June Potter, the unofficial cranberry queen from Warrens, Wisconsin. You could say June's played a very, very big role in organizing all 25 Cranfests. Cranfest is a 3-day festival for one purpose: to celebrate the native fruit. As part of the celebration, more than 1,000 booths with food, arts, and crafts, including contests that focus on the bright red crop. In fact, here's the winner of the biggest berry contest, a cranberry weighing a hefty 4.17 grams.
To me, the funniest thing is for this little town with 300 people in it to swell to 30,000 people in one day. I mean, we cannot realize, we can't believe this. We look around and we say, wow. A couple years ago, we had cranberry pizza.
Cranberry pie! The fun of Cranfest is not only over the taste. The event over the years has raised more than $500,000, helping to build parks and schools. And all from the bogs, swampy land that most of us thought was wasteland. From the Cranfest, I'm Belinda Jensen.
Cranberries, they are still known as a superfood.
They are high in vitamin C and not to mention delicious with pheasant.
I have a feeling you'll be wild in the kitchen with cranberries real soon.
I think so. Well, that about does it for us. We'll see you back here next week.
In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.